team to victory.
Well, it's time to jump into our second match of the day, and it's 11 Original versus Nova Esports. Let's go, Bash.
Let's go, Banks. We got two teams that are super experienced here. We're starting off with knowledge from 11 Original coming in with a Zap Drag attack. Use some lightning spells over there on that left-hand side to take down some key defenses, then use a lightning spell and an earthquake to weaken up for that Seeking Shield ability to take down a single target Inferno rather. And these dragons are going to be having a nice funnel right towards the Town Hall here, Lady B.
Yeah, nice funnel indeed. What I like, though, is the use of the King and the Queen combination together for the King to lead this aggressive tank for the Queen, picking up some nice outlying value, including taking on that Eagle artillery, so he limits any additional oncoming damage towards the back end of this raid.
This Queen taking on the enemy Queen has to pop her ability right there. Let's keep an eye on that. And here come those super minions. A lot of people call this the new air hybrid attack, using the dragons, using those super minions in behind. And this has a clear path towards the Town Hall. We have a Stone Slammer selected at the current time. Even knowledge. Oh, look at that Queen getting great value, trying to break through the wall. And here we go. The Clan Castle troops are coming out. We got archers, we got headhunters, and we got super minions on defense here, Lady B.
Yeah, these super minions coming out on defense are not going to be too much of an issue, having the dragons, but we need to see the full send here, the full push of those minions and dragons working together. The Stone Slammer coming in to help cut this pathing is going to be key here, but what I'd love to see is it taking some of the lead, and he freezes up the scatter shot, but we are going to see the rest of these super minions in the core here eliminated, and something has to give and push through here to take that out.
Ooh, those two scatter shots did so much work while those troops were held up on the Clan Castle. He lost a lot of dragons, he lost a lot of super minions, and with an air defense sweeper and a scatter shot up in the middle, I don't think he's going to have enough quite to get through here, but this is pushing towards that 90% mark. If you're not going to get the triple, at least put up that really high percentage, and Knowledge is doing just that with a handful of super minions and that dragon working towards that last air defense. Can they get through and break that 90% threshold? There we go, Lady B, above 90% now.
Yeah, hitting just above that 90% is going to be key for them. But what I really do worry about is the hitters coming in from Nova, and knowing that even in last month's qualifiers, we saw Cuevas going 7 for 9, Garrick's going 7 for 9, React going 7 for 9, and Tomas, who's come in as an addition, going 9 for 9. So is percentage going to be enough, or are we going to really see some big impact coming in from Nova in this next round?
And as we kind of spoke to earlier, these two teams are very experienced in these qualifiers. Nova playing in so many with multiple teams. We got two Nova teams in this qualifier alone. So Nova very experienced, and they're going to look to bring the pressure as Garrix is going to come in with a dragon attack of his own right here. It looks like we got mass dragons with some super minions there. So another what we're calling air hybrid dragons and minions. Going to use that quake and lightning spell to weaken up that single target Inferno, and the Royal Champion should be able to come in here and take it down with her ability.
Yeah, I love the use of this Zapquake. It's almost a mini Zapquake combination where you can use 1 or 2 lightning spells and a quake to loosen up some of the defenses, so your Royal Champion can actually work through with that Seeking Shield and pick up some value, but it lends your the rest of your attack to actually have some rage spells, and even we're seeing a heal here, which is going to be very interesting to work through and potentially heal up the dragons or the minions as it works along.
And the heal spell is really nice because those minions, when you start getting them a little bit further in, once they start taking damage, they can go down quickly. We have that Warden's ability coming in to take down the Town Hall. Dragons staying healthy. We do have some minions pushing off to that left-hand side, while all of the dragons are right up the middle, and that Stone Slammer coming in from the top side, trying to keep that funnel in. If these dragons can push through and get to these scatter shots, this is looking really strong. We still do have Inferno, scatter shots, and an air defense on the backside. Can he finish this one off? Garrix is off to a great start as that Queen's ability pops right there, getting through the defenses. Lady B, one more scatter shot, air defense, and single Inferno, and this one's crushed.
Oh, that was a lovely push in with the Stone Slammer to do some tanking from the right top side of the base here. And that really lent the power that we get to see now with the dragon spreading across, finishing it up. And of course, we have this Queen that has completely survived around the outside of the base here just to help up. But this is an easy takedown from just those dragons alone. I think this is exactly what we expected to see from Garrix, especially from his performance in last month's qualifiers.
Garrick's one of the strongest attackers for Nova, starting them off with a triple, just what they were looking for there, Banks.
Yes, Garrick starting off the triples in this war. Again, a strong start in this war, much like the last one, but Garrick's managing to put up a triple, and then we have Knowledge with a 96% 2-star. It's looking strong. Just let's see if they can carry that momentum throughout this war, Lady B.
Yeah, we'll see if the momentum continues on. Eve really has a bone to pick with this team, though, considering that they were eliminated in the July qualifiers by Nova themselves. So we're going to see if they're going to take that determination and move along. And Kala is one of those members to try and get it done, bringing us in with the Zapquake Air Hybrid here and picking up some nice value with the Zapquake combination. We get to see the Queen, who's still up, but we've got a nice opening for the Royal Champion to move along. And the spread with that additional lightning spell here, just giving the Royal Champion what she's going to need to try and eliminate the single IT here at 9 o'clock.
Oh, the World Champion Seeking Shield went to the opposite direction. He's going to have to burn a freeze spell here to make sure he gets that single down. He was looking for that Seeking Shield to path towards the single target Inferno, and the World Champion maybe not getting quite enough that he wanted. May have wanted to get that air defense and Archer Tower out. However, he is setting up a nice funnel and looking like he's adapting on the fly, and that's what these pro players are really good at, is adapting and improvising. I think he wanted to go in with more of a top entry. Well, maybe this was the original plan, let's be honest, because he's got a great funnel set up here, but the dragons are going to go right at the Town Hall. We do have headhunters and some super minions on defense as he rages up and pushes towards that Town Hall.
Yeah, this was a nice adjustment indeed, and we have an easy push coming in. I agree. I don't think he had meant to come up from the top side of the base, but what we do have to be mindful of is the scatter shots that still remain. We've got one that's wrapping around with the King and the Queen component here, so this is going to be key, but we are going to have to worry about that back end. But for now, we've got a great push on the core of the base. As long as this Eagle goes down and we can keep some dragons alive tanking, this could have the impact that it needs. But here comes the Stone Slammer to take on that back end scatter shot we were worried about.
Lady B, check this out. The Queen is down there in the bottom compartment taking out the other scatter. If he can get both of these scatters down, he's got a chance here. The balloons coming out of the Stone Slammer, they're going to try to get to this air defense. They got to get there quickly. Single target Inferno is burning up the troops. If this scatter shot can go down, the balloons are on top of it. He's just running out of troops here. Oh no, that single target Inferno is going to be too much, and the scatter shot stays up. Oh! It was looking so good there for a moment. Maybe needed just a little bit of spell support, but he was all out. Eve Kala working up past the 90% mark, but still looking for that ever elusive triple.
Yeah, that ever-elusive triple seems to be what it is so far with these two attacks coming in, but will 11 Original be able to hold some defense? I think that's what they're going to have to hope for at this point and turn around with the rest of the team coming through, but we still have a few key players that they've talked about as teammates that they're expected to see come in as their clutch hitters, including Pazzi, who's newer to the team here, and we're going to have to see if that's going to pay off for them with some of the team adjustments that they brought in this month.
93% 2-star, still very respectable, but with Nova out to that hot start with a 3-star to start off the war, if Nova could put up another 3-star here, this is going to look really, really tough for 11 Original. This was a really interesting attack here from Eve Kala. I thought that the World Champion Seeking Shield was going to go the way he wanted, but man, he had to adjust and use a freeze spell. If he maybe had that freeze on the back end, it could have been enough to help him get through the base, but having to use that freeze spell to help the World Champion get the value he was looking for may have cost him the 3-star there. But we're going to have React coming in from Nova Esports, and it's looking like we're going with some Zap Lalo, although I do not see any earthquakes in here. This is going to be pretty interesting. What do you think he's going to zap out here, Lady B?
Yeah, I'm curious to see, and we're getting to see it right now, coming into the core of the base, helping to shape up this pathing. Now, we do have both air sweepers to worry about, which is interesting for a Lalo component, but this looks like we've got the heroes to help support it and connect the value. I like the use because he knocked out the enemy queen, and that's all it took was getting that there in the core. But we are going to have to wonder what the rest of this is going to shape up to be, and it looks like we've got the king lining up some pathing here potentially to open up and move in to help the queen connection working inside this town hall chamber.
that brand new exclusive Champion King skin. I love the animation on that. Look at that flaming sword. And if you notice, when he uses his ability, the barbarians that he spawned actually have a similar sword. It's actually really wild to watch. Like, we see these defensive minions out of the clan castle, the super minions on defense being a problem as the king cannot reach them, and the queen is going to have to work in pretty far. That poison does have them down. It actually may have worked to his advantage as it pulled the queen into that compartment rather than risking her going outside, and she's going to be able to pop her ability and get the town hall down. This is setting up really nicely for the Lalo through on the back end of this base.
Yeah, I always like to say that King works as a great meat shield, and this is a case as we're seeing going up against some of these super minions as well. Did a great job to lend for the queen taking that on. And we have great pathing moving along, though we do need to see a little bit of a split here going to the wizard tower. That splash damage could cost him a couple of balloons, except the warden ability. Key coming in, not only keeping them safe against that, but the impact of the scatter shot. But it's the Stone Slammer here that's going to have to help lead the way. It looks like he's got plenty of balloons to get this job done here.
It's looking like a balloon parade, Lady B. These troops are flying through. Only thing that can stop them now is the wizard tower. Drops down the free spell. That Stone Slammer is still nearly over half health. That thing is crazy full. This is looking like an OP 3-star. You're gonna not have to, but be able to save 3 balloons for cleanup. Gonna pop out the dragon out of the Stone Slammer, and this attack is just OP right now. React crushing Knowledge's base. This one wasn't even close. The queen being able to get in there and get that town hall down was massive. And check it out, even an extra free spell left over, swagging on the base. Look at all those minions and pups. That's the 3-star that Nova Esports was looking for. They pull ahead even further now, Banks. Wow, what an attack.
They do indeed. They've got a perfect score so far. 2 attacks down and 2 triples on the board. That right there is a perfect example of why Thomas95 always says that React is the best hitter that they have on the squad. Opening up with 2 of their best hitters, it's awesome. I mean, Bash, just something I wanted to quickly mention is that it appears that so far what we've been watching is that air attacks have been massively favored, particularly the drag and super minions. Why is that?
Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen more of a traditional hybrid with the hogs and miners. We did get that extra 20 camp space, but perhaps these pro players are favoring the air. It always seemed like pro players tend to favor air attacks anyways, but the hybrid I felt got a little bit stronger getting that extra 20 camp space, but we haven't seen that at all yet. We'll have to see if that comes in a little bit later, but we got Eve Mark coming in here with another air attack with a Queen Charge Lalo rather, Lady B.
Yeah, this Queen Charge Lalo is something that we've seen Eve Mark do phenomenal work with, and if he ever needed to come around for his team, it would be right now, though they still need to hold on to some defense. At this point, it's a tough run for them, but it does start with pulling in that 3-star. Now we have, unfortunately, the queen that dies out. This does not go the way that he had been hoping to, and he's going to have to adjust on the fly, but when you invest that much into a queen charge and you lose your queen so early on without getting the invested value, this is going to be a tough turnaround to recover.
And Queen Charge usually 70 plus camp space if you count the healers, any Coco Loons you may use, and that Queen did not get any value. She went down very quickly. We have healers over here on the spawn barbarians, and what he's doing here is he's using the minions and those barbarians. He's actually going to let them work so he can try to get up towards that 50% mark to make sure that that town hall is activated, so when he flies by with the balloons, that the balloons will be able to target the town hall. Remember, the town hall is not targeted by balloons until that Giga Inferno pops out, so it is key for him to get to that 51% mark before the balloons get there.
Yeah, he would also do good if he was able to get a little bit of splash drop on the damage in the surrounding outside. He does have a Stone Slammer to come in, but I like the adjustment moving along as well, especially because he's coming in from the backside of these sweepers. This was a lot of adjustment moving along, and he is going for this long haul, not only to ensure that 2-star, but to see if he can possibly pick up the 3-star along the way. But with the Warden ability already has been used here, and we're not getting any of that benefit for the loons. Ooh, this one is going to completely fizzle out here.
Not what Eve Mark was looking for, and you are right there. I said 51% to activate the town hall, but if it does take any damage, it activates. But Eve Mark not able to get to the town hall at all, opting for that Stone Slammer, and it just was not enough to get through. The clan castle troops too OP. We had that super minion and witch, not to mention the air skeletons that distracted the dragon popping out of that Stone Slammer, and that Town Hall is going to stay up. And Eve, Mark, 11 Original, they're going to fall behind really badly. Nova Esports, if they 3-star here, this one could be all but over. Oh my goodness, the bad luck on that one, Lady B. So unfortunate.
Yeah, I think this is a matter of perhaps the rivalry getting to their heads at this point, and maybe just really they need to work out these nerves coming into this first match. But we'll have to see. Looking already at this point like we're going to see them moving into the lower bracket here, which is going to be an interesting component if that happens, because they'll be going up against other former teammates and this weekend's rivals, Tribe Gaming.
Remember, this is not an elimination match. The loser of this matchup will go on to play in an elimination matchup later against Tribe Gaming. So Mateus, we hear from Nova Esports coming in with another dragon attack, but this is looking more of a traditional Zap Dragons. We don't have the super minions in there that we've seen on these previous attacks. Using the lightning spells and the earthquake to weaken up, soften in this core area and take down that Eagle Artillery. Strategic use of the lightning spells to get out as many buildings as possible. Not only is that going to help him out with this entry, but it's going to also help set the funnel. I guess that's part of the entry as well. But taking out those defenses, setting the funnel with those lightning spells, and here we go with the world champion Yeti just helping so those heroes can possibly get towards the Town Hall. Is that what we're going to see here, Lady B?
Yeah, looks like we've got another opening entry into the Town Hall here, especially with the Yeti helping along. But I do like the use of that inner Zapquake combination so the Royal Champion can get out as much as possible along that outer edge. But we have the Dragon actually setting this up, coming directly into the Town Hall chamber. And we're going to see the King and Queen potentially working together. That nice tanky King, the meat shield, to lead the way for the Queen, unless perhaps he wants to use the Queen on the opposite side to keep the funnel moving along. But with the Stone Slammer, I suspect the Queen may be better served to work alongside with that King. And the Stone Slammer, it does come in to do that tanking, moving these dragons, pushing them deeper into the core of the base, which is going to be key here as we come into double scatter shots.
The scatter shots are going to be decimating on the back end of the space as the Town Hall falls, and you called it right there. Putting the Queen right behind that King so she could tank or have a tank out in front of her and just get as much damage as possible. However, those scatter shots are going to be a problem. We also have the enemy Queen, but the one scatter shot is distracted on one dragon rather than the whole pack of dragons, and the final spells are going down, so no more spell support. It's going to be all on the dragons to get through here as the Queen is locked onto by the single target Inferno. She has to pop her ability. If he can get this last scatter down, this has got a shot here. Need those dragons to pad a little bit over there to get that, but the King's going to be in the way, Lady B.
Yeah, King doing some great job moving along, helping with the cleanup. These dragons worked through beautifully, and the timing on the Queen ability really lent itself to keep things moving along. Time is on his side. We do have little splash damage to worry about, but with what he has left over here, he's going to be fine and pulling in yet another 3-star. Are we potentially looking at a perfect war incoming from Nova?
Lady B said it. Perfect war incoming, question mark? We got 3 for 3 so far. Nova on fire, Banks.
Yes, they are indeed. Mateus coming in with another triple. 9 stars to 5 right now after 3 attacks apiece. I mean, we were looking to come into this war thinking that 11 Original were thinking this could potentially be a bit of a revenge match for them because Nova Esports eliminated them in the second qualifier at the semi-final stage in Championship Sunday. So you're thinking that 11 Original are going to come back swinging, and it just looks like that their attacks have fallen a little bit flat, Lady B.
Yeah, I think it's, like I said, I think it's the nerves getting to them at this point of maybe it's just the stress of having to go up against a team that has notoriously gone after them, not only in those qualifiers, but in the ESL play. So once they shake this, maybe we could see a turnaround. But for now, we've got Kartoffee, Eve Kartoffee. This is Georg. He's been part of the 11 Original team since the start of it. He's been there for quite some time, though we haven't seen him on the World Championship front. We're going to see if this is a turnaround for their team in strength and victory. But at this point, we know it's not enough for the win here, but perhaps in the lower bracket. So Kartoffee bringing us in with Bash, what you were looking to see, what you were hoping to see, and that's the actual hybrid.
That's right, the more traditional hybrid using the Hog Riders, using the Miners, and a nice Queen charge to set up the pathing here, and that's exactly what we have going on. This Queen is walking, did not get the full Clan Castle pull initially from that Yeti bomb. However, the rest of the Clan Castle does pull, uses a free spell right there to help that Queen out. She's going to be able to take down the headhunters and the super minions, no problem. She's raged up to help have those healers healing her even faster, and she's got nice pathing, and Kartalfe is going to look for massive charge here as he's got 3 super wall breakers. If these wall breakers can get in here and open up the walls just like that, he's going to get so much value out of this Queen charge.
Oh, I absolutely love the pathing he's created here. Now we have the hybrid moving along from the 4 to 3 o'clock side of the base. Queen's working on the opposite side. And what we saw with the blimp coming in actually sectioned off the base beautifully. So the Queen's going to keep this connection moving along, taking on the impact of the town hall. So the warden ability can be used with a push coming in for the Eagle artillery, and it helps lead them in so the heal can be saved coming up a little bit deeper through the scatter shot, but we do have the freeze to hold it off as well. Beautifully coordinated so far, but is time going to be our biggest factor with 56 seconds left remaining on the clock and still a core to worry about?
There is a lot of base remaining, under a minute and 30% of the base remaining, but these Hogs and Miners are going to work. The main issue right now is that scatter shot is not being targeted by anything except for the one Hog Rider, and the Miner comes over to help out. Can he get it down? Oh, not quite. But the World Champion still has her Seeking Shield, throws it right there. Final defense goes down, and it's all going to come down to cleanup. We got a Miner in the core working on those storages. We do have a gold storage right next to it. I don't think it's been damaged. However, the World Champion's going to come over, help out, clutch that up, and this is going to be a 3-star for 11 original. Exactly what they needed to build their spirits moving forward and keeping them on the board here against this Nova squad that's looked so strong in their first 3 attacks.
Yeah, this was a phenomenal hit that we expected to see from 11 Original. I think these nerfs finally working out, and perhaps we're right. Maybe this is because we've seen Eve Kartalfe not have to go up against Nova, so he's fine going in and throwing down that 3-star. So once they shake these nerves, maybe in the next match we'll see something a little different. But for now, we've got Tomas95 coming in, and he, as I said earlier today, went 9 for 9 in last month's qualifier. I think he's a smart addition to the Nova team here based on those stats, and we're going to see if this is going to push along for what I maybe or may not have jinxed was the perfect war here.
We'll have to see how that plays out. But Tomas coming in with the drag loon here. We got 11 dragons, 8 balloons, and it looks like we got, is there a clone in there? I didn't see, no clone. Just a little bit of a blimp right here with the dragons and balloons, and using that Royal Champion to support. And we'll have to see how he's setting up. This is actually setting up a pretty nice funnel. He can run those heroes or even the sneaky goblins down there on the bottom side of the base and just run the dragons right at the town hall, which we've seen on a lot of these dragon attacks. Basically just clear out 1/4 of the base and full send those dragons and balloons right at the town hall, and Nova has had great success with it. And here come those heroes to help the pathing.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of this strategy, and I think this base is a really good example of it, though we'll see if there's any tricks up Kala sleeves to try and throw it off. But like you said, we have that nice quad set up here, and it's very easily seen in the style of this base. The Queen's working in a perfect formation along the outer edge to keep those dragons moving along into the core, and with this type of attack, the spell placement is going to be key. Where you're using them, what you're holding off, raging up these dragons to push through the Queen, and that freeze towards the back end, taking on the single and the wizard tower, so the drags have this easy push moving along.
Oh, these dragons have an easy push indeed, and it's looking like the perfect war is still going to be on, with the Queen still having her ability its own. Look at all of these dragons still alive. He's got, what, nearly 8 dragons, maybe 8 dragons finishing this face off. This one was absolutely crushed by Tomas95. The perfect war still able to happen. Oh my goodness, Banks, are we going to see it?
I mean, it looks probable. Tomas95 absolutely blitzed that base. That was absolutely... I think if I'm ever introing him now, I have to say base tearing. It's got to be him now instead of you. Sorry, Bash.
Well, I'll take that. That base was crushed. We see the dragons working right in through here on that bottom side. They just had such a strong path through here, and the heroes were used really nicely to push those dragons in and around and kept the dragons on all those key defenses there, Lady B. And that's exactly what Nova's been doing, pushing those dragons inside and working them through for the 3-star so far.
Yeah, and I think that was great base identification from Tomas there, just keeping that momentum moving along with what's becoming a very key strategy, and that's the dragon attack. But for now, we've got Pazzi coming along, another newcomer for the 11 Original World Championship team, but he is one of 11 Original's clutch hitters that most of them have actually indicated, and we'll see if he's going to be another one to try and at least bring the star count up in the end, and we'll see how he does in the next match to come. But he's bringing us along with the Zapquake Lalo, and we've got the 5-1 combination, so we know that we're not looking to take out the Eagle or the Clan Castle, since those require 7 lightning spells in them. And the Queen's working along, doing some backup work as the King tanks for her. This wall break opens up the Town Hall chamber, which I always like because it means that you can use your Warden ability later in a different part of the raid when these Eagles and Scatters are spread out.
We saw those lightning spells come in as those heroes are working on the Town Hall. The lightning spells were down at the bottom of the base. Town Hall is going to fall here, and the Queen's still going to have her ability, so she's going to look to snatch up a few more defenses, and I believe he zapped out one of the scatter shots. I couldn't quite see what was down there. It was a little bit out of frame, but here we go in with the Lalo. Lava Hound and Balloons working through, starting here at that 10 o'clock position, followed up by the Grand Warden. Queen still has her ability, and we still have the Royal Champion as well. This is going to look like a strong Lalo push here from Passe from 11 Original. Here we go. The Balloons working through the middle. Can they push through and get that Eagle down and towards that Queen, Lady B?
Yeah, what I like about the split up of where he placed that lightning spell, and yes, it did take down a scatter shot, is it forces the push of the Lalo into the core of the base, and he can use the Royal Champion on the outer edge, but she misses the Archer Tower. We still have the Loon Pathing. He is going to have to adjust for this, but we have the reinforcement of the Stone Slammer coming through to do the tanking, ideally for that scatter shot, but the freeze misses the scatter shot here. At very least, we see the Stone Slammer taking the lead, but the question is there going to be enough tank moving along to the back end of this base?
Ooh, with that Queen and Royal Champion still up, this one is going to be tough. He did have Headhunters, but did not use them until like just now, which was a little bit unfortunate because that Royal Champion did a ton of work, and now we're going to have 2 air defenses just shooting that dragon down, and anything that's going to come in their range is going to get obliterated. Not quite a 3-star here as he works through, but unfortunately for 11 Original, they couldn't get it if they even tripled this base because Nova has been so on fire. But you want to build up that momentum. You want to try to go in to that second matchup a little bit later today with as much momentum as possible. 11 Original looking to finish here with the 10-star war as these minions are starting to clean up the last few buildings here, Lady B.
Yeah, and a 10-star war, definitely respectable after that 1-star, that dreaded 1-star that happened. So nice to see their star count moving up, but they are going to have a little bit of work ahead of them. The question still remains, what are we going to see coming in from Nova now? I'm waiting to potentially see if we could get a perfect war in this. And historically, we've had 2 other teams this year pulling in the perfect war, INTZ, who we will see later today, and alternate attacks, the first winner to enter into the World Championship Finals, winning that golden ticket.
Those were both in the very first qualifier, if I remember right, those perfect wars. So we haven't had one since. Can Nova do it? Can they make this happen? And we have a Lalo coming in here from Cuevas from Nova Esports, using some Yetis here to set the funnel. And we'll see if he just tries to just work in towards that Town Hall. Does have a jump spell, so maybe just going to try to work these heroes in and get nice value out of the Sui hero dive towards the Town Hall. There we go. King's going outside, but that's okay. He doesn't need to go inside. The Queen's got her ability. She'll be fine. She's going to have to deal with the Clan Castle troops. If he can get this Town Hall down, this is going to be a great opener, Lady B.
Yeah, I like the safe use of the jump to ensure that the Queen goes in, takes on the Town Hall. Unfortunate with the King working along the outer edge, but he's going to help clear up some of the garbage structures. And the Queen, honestly, I think she's got it covered for the most part, though we don't see all of those minions quite at the start in the poison spell. It's going to be enough to take them down, especially without the King to tank. Looks like it is indeed. And the Royal Champion now comes in to help cut a little bit more of this pathing here for the Lalo portion, which means we're going to see some nice, close and narrowed out path to get great maximum value out of these spells.
That queen is a strong, independent woman, taking down the town hall, taking down the clan castle, and here we go with the Lalo working in from the top side of the base. This one does not have a lot up, still does have to deal with that enemy queen and the Eagle artillery, along with those 2 scatter shots. Here we go with that Grand Warden's Eternal Tome. If we can get through here, Headhunters are going to take down the queen, and this is looking really good. We might see a Lady B, we might see a perfect war. Queen is working through with the Lalo.
Oh, I love this freeze, hanging on to that queen, holding her off. Are we going to see a dragon coming out of the clan castle? Yes, we are. Stone Slammer unleashes, dragon comes out, queen goes down, loons swarming all over the place. Look at the amount of cleanup we have to go and the time factor. This has been an utter knockout from Nova Esports. What a beautiful way to start their war for this month. They are clearly hungry for the victory after 3 previous attempts to get this golden ticket.
And there we have it. Nova Esports coming in with the first perfect war of the weekend. What an incredible